in Forrest episode, what is that? I want to say 306 it was when Kate sent them that letter and they was reading it. And then remember Tommy gave the story talking about when he was 8 or 9, Ghost Kate tried to stop drinking. He said right before Ghost moved in with us. So the fact that Ghost and Tommy already knew each other at the age of 8 or 9, the likelihood of Tommy selling, then Kanan going and getting them and bringing them into the game is very slim because Tommy and Ghost already knew each other. And the fact that they were already like brothers then, if Tommy was selling, Ghost was selling. No way more than likely. Like I said, I just can't see a situation where he was doing it and then later on Kanan discovers him when they already were living with each other or already knew each other. Jukebox or Marvin will eliminate Crank and Primo for the introduction of. You already said that 100 times, my boy, but okay, I got you. I believe they're the teenagers, Ghost and Tommy. It could be. Now, that, like I told you, that part there, I can see a possibility of it if it's the teenage version. He's still talking about them two niggas he was working for Katie when he was doing carrier routes with Pop. As Rock leaving Queens, Tremont could eliminate Rock just like Rock was gonna eliminate Symphony, however didn't. So going back to because I remember Getting It How I Live had the video, and I'm not sure if Fair Play may have had this too. Of it looked like they were saying this was the last scene of season 5 of Rock getting into a cab or something like that, driving up. And keep in mind, this is now years ago, at least 1 year, possibly 2. I want to say this was probably 2 years ago now, where they were showing this scene and we seen what looked like to be Rock getting in the car. So it could be a situation where they end up leaving and getting to where Rock ends up leaving and going wherever she goes. And keep this in mind, like I told people, Rock Patina Miller, aka Rock, was a part of the Ghost season 4 cast. We saw that at an event when it was they had some kind of, it was like an award show or something like that, where they were introducing the cast and they said Patina Miller. Like they said the entire cast for season 4 of Ghost. They named all the actors and actresses that was attached. Lastly, they named Patina Miller. And me and my boy CG was like, why the hell is Patina Miller being introduced as part of the cast of season 4? Because we were during that time thinking that Rock might show up as an older version of her and might potentially seek revenge on Tariq because he ended up being behind the death of her son. So keep in mind, this is way before even season 4 of Raising Kanan came out. So we didn't know that, how bad things were going to get between Rock and Kanan. However, this could have still been initially a part of the plan of season 4. Maybe Rock was supposed to show up as the cliffhanger. But after the show was canceled, keep in mind they rewrote the show. So they probably wrote that part out like, okay, Rock is no longer, going to be the cliffhanger. She's not going to be a part of it at all. We're going to write it like this. Monet is dead. Noma's dead. Kane's on the run, et cetera, et cetera. They ended that way. So now they could potentially put it into the loophole that Rock shows up in Legacy, which also gives me a very interesting theory that if Rock shows up in Legacy, Ghost can show up in Legacy. Both of them could show. Now, I got a video coming for that to put all the information together. I haven't done it yet because I ain't got everything together yet, and I just haven't took the time to put it together yet. But yeah. Big Graham name was tagged in season 3, episode 3 with Tommy and Stack G. Oh boy. Those don't get that name until he meets Bree, so the G don't stand for Ghost. So, I head to this Well, that actually was the last one. Yeah, episode 7 synopsis is the last one. Um, so yeah, I'm at that 2 hour mark now, which is about how long I was planning on being on here, anyways. But anybody got any last little follow up questions and stuff we want to add in before I jump off? Shamik Moore getting recast in Origins. I mean, I seriously doubt it. I just think that doesn't make much sense. Like, why only have Shamik play him for Raising Canaan and then don't have him play it for Origins? It just kind of doesn't make sense to me. Like, because I'm pretty sure that's going to be on the negotiation table. Like, they're going to tell them, hey, we got plans to. Well, I'll say this. It depends on, yeah, because the fact that the episode was eight episodes, the Lionsgate situation, they had to have already been aware of that. So yeah, I would say the likelihood of it is slim because I don't know why you would want to have one actor only do 8 episodes and then let another actor come and portray. Especially, let's just say Shamik just absolutely bodies this role, like he kills it, and then they got to cast another actor to be him in Origins, and let's just say he underachieves. He doesn't hold up. He don't live up to the standards of what Shamik did. That would be a huge letdown for the fans. Nobody would would want to see that. You don't typically when it comes to those situations, you don't purposely, try to replace somebody. Like you try to avoid. You typically want to keep the same. So yeah, if he dies and if Shamik is done with it after Raising Canaan, then more than likely Breeze won't show up. Tina Miller was at Book Two Gold's award show because Mary J. Blige was there. They used Patina Miller as a marketing tool. What, nigga? That don't even make sense. But you're going to have to make that make sense to me. But let me read this shit again.